In today's video, I'm checking out 5 super cool admin features that are hidden away in Microsoft 365. And if you stay tuned, we'll discover them together.
Learn with Andy Malone.
Today's video is brought to you by AFI.ai, securing your cloud data with AI-powered data protection solutions that can be set up in minutes for 24/7 protection and zero configuration. Visit AFI.ai now. Hey everyone, Andy here. So nice to see you and a warm welcome to the channel. Well, I got to tell you, last week's video on Linux, moving from Windows to Linux, I gotta say I never expected that. I've had 12,000 views in 3 days, and I gotta say almost 500 comments. I've been listening to some of you guys out there, and some of your stories and your experience about moving to Linux has been really inspiring. So thanks so much for that. And if you've not seen the episode, definitely check it out, because there's some really useful stuff in there if you're thinking about moving away from Windows. Of course, there's been lots of privacy concerns about Windows, certainly Windows 11 with features like Windows Recall and the fact that it does snapshots every 3 seconds, and it sends that to Microsoft courtesy of a SQL database. That's caused a lot of controversy in the world of privacy out there. On top of that, with the ever-increasing rise of subscriptions in Microsoft 365, well, not just Microsoft, I think it's right across the tech industry, actually. This trend for subscriptions, we're becoming comfortable with subscriptions. And of course, it's getting expensive out there. On the subject of subscribing, if you've not subscribed to my channel for free, by the way, bump that subscribe button up there and come and join my learning community. It's always nice to have you on board, and I love hearing your stories and hearing your feedback. Well, on this week's episode, I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I've been looking at Microsoft 365, and I've been looking at, various videos and various topics that people talk about online. And there's definitely 5 topics that people are really just not talking about. And I'm thinking, hey, look, if you're a serious administrator, you really do need to know about these 5 topics. So stay with me. I'm going to go through them, and we're going to learn something here. Hopefully that'll be really useful for you guys. Now, any comments and questions, as always, get those down below. I love those. So I think without any further ado, let's jump in and let's take a look at the first of my 5 topics on Microsoft 365. Enjoy. So for the first of my topics, I'm going to come in here into the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. I'm going to scroll down into Settings, and in Settings, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to choose Organizational Settings. Now, in the Organizational Settings, I'm going to click on Security and Privacy, and I'd like to introduce you to a brand new feature that has just been released in Microsoft 365. This is Baseline Security Mode. Now, if you are one of many small to medium-sized admins and you're not quite sure about how security works, so I'm going to come down here, and this introduces you to something called Baseline Security Mode. This is a brand new feature that's just been rolled out to all tenants, including Business Standard, Business Premium. Now, if you're a little bit nervous about configuring security, then this is something called Baseline Security Mode. Baseline essentially means these are the minimum sets of requirements for security that Microsoft suggests. And you can automatically apply the default policies. Now, if you already have Defender for Endpoint, you've got Defender for 365, and you configured that, the chances are you probably don't need to do all of these. However, they do make some very good recommendations, and you can actually go in and view some of these policies. Like, for example, blocking files from opening with FFRPC protocol. What the heck is FFRPC? Front page remote procedure calls. My goodness, is that even still a thing? Anyway, you definitely want to block that. removing things like the access to the Microsoft Store from SharePoint. So rather than having users, SharePoint was always seen as a back door for apps. So Microsoft now think that, hey, you should be going for apps in the Microsoft 365 portal or even in Microsoft Teams. You see what I mean? So these are some recommendations that Microsoft actually do recommend for all users. Now, the other thing is you can also come in and there's a series of reports that you can also generate as well. So things like with end user identifiable data, that is really useful. The fact that I can go in and I can, obviously I want to see this end user data or end user information. I want to see what's going on. Likewise, there's audit things like audit logs for Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and so on. There are additional policies, of course, that you can go in and you can scroll down and you can see that many of these are things like blocking, legacy authentication, and most parts you'll probably agree with these things, unless, of course, you're in hybrid and you've got some really old piece of tech and you might want to configure that. So some of these will actually go off and create things like conditional access tools. Now, so you can just accept those and save those and switch them on. Alternatively, you can open up baseline security mode. And in here, you can see the various recommendations. And you can see it shows you whether something is covered or something is at risk. So, for example, phishing resistant authentication for admins, that requires that you use, for example, a FIDO key, phishing resistant credential such as biometrics and so on. And the cool thing is about these profiles and policies is it will actually take you to learn.microsoft.com and it will show you exactly how these tools work. So definitely go ahead, check this out. This is the Microsoft Baseline Security Mode, now available in Microsoft 365. So for my number 2, this is so useful, and Microsoft have kind of really buried this away. Now, normally you would think, oh, right, if I come down to support, this feature would be in support, but no, it's not. It's actually, which is a really weird thing, you need to go into reports, and we have this feature here called organizational messaging. And yes, this is a way that you can broadcast a message to all of your users. So we have a number of different templates here. So whether you're reviewing activity, creating a message, send an urgent message to all users and so on. And you can also do it in context. You can send, if there's any emails, you can do it that way as well. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to create a message and it will come back and it will say, hey, what kind of message do you want to send? Is it regarding adoption of a new feature? So for example, if I was pushing out Copilot to my users, is it some assistance for onboarding users? Maybe you want to push your sustainability message, some tech updates, some training updates, and so on. So I'm going to say, yeah, okay, let's go with a training solution here. And again, you can push it out as an email. So you can send an email to every user, or you can push this out on the notifications area in Microsoft Windows, or as a taskbar message. The other one is you can also put it in a pop-up as well. And this is quite useful for if it's you've got an organization that's not using Windows as well. So if you're using Mac or iOS, so you notice that these two are predominantly for Windows-based users. Or you can also do it as a Windows Spotlight when the user signs in. So it's kind of cool. So for this demo, I'm just going to say, I'm going to send this in the notifications area in Windows, and you can choose that template. You can now create your message here. So again, I can just type in a message. So what type of message do I want to create my own, or is it a generic message? I'm going to just say, yeah, I want to go ahead. I want to create my own, and you can put in, okay, so I'll say end of term reports. Okay, end of term report, and please send them to IT now. Okay, so again, I can put in a link. So if I've got a link to a support page, or I can also bring in my company logo here if I want to. Again, I can do that if I want to bring in a link. I'm quite happy, and I'm going to just save and done, and I'm going to send that message, and that now goes off to all of my users and will appear in the taskbar on Windows. So very cool, but super hidden feature, organizational messages. Now, if you're a support professional, this is a feature that you just simply have to get. Microsoft Lighthouse is absolutely free. It can allow you to view multiple tenants and not just view them, but also manage all of your tenants on their behalf. You can see instantly what threats there are, if users have got problems, if a device is not compatible or there's a security issue, and you can go and, for example, tag resources so that you can easily search for content. More than that, you can see that you've got all your users in all your tenants, all your devices. You can send organizational messages to all of your tenants simultaneously. And of course, you can also view and create security baselines based on their requirements. And if a new tenant comes in, you can see I can simply go in, I can set up a deployment plan for that tenant. I can see if there are any security issues, any risky users, for example. I can go in and I can reset that user's password. I can block the user's sign in. And of course, I can even set up things like multi-factor authentication. So for multiple users in multiple tenants, check out Microsoft Lighthouse today. It's awesome. So my next one is definitely a little gem for administrators. You'll recognize this. Here I am in Microsoft Teams. And one of the cool things about Microsoft Teams, and indeed now Microsoft Office, is the people information that you get. And you can just literally float your mouse pointer over the information card here, and you get quite a lot of information. So things like, you can send a message, you can see the organization details about this particular user. You can also see the LinkedIn information, contact information, and so on. So really, really easy to find out who this person is and how they're seen. Now, wouldn't it be nice to be able to customize this? Well, now you can. If you pop into Microsoft 365 admin, and if you come down into the settings page, and if you go into organizational settings, here we have, if you scroll down, this really cool little feature just here called the People tab. So here we have People settings, and check it out. Look, person information on profile cards. You can click into this and you can now say, hey, I want to add in more details about the information card. Now, the reason why they're deselected is for privacy reasons. So of course, for privacy, you may not want people or guests being able to see this information cards. And there is actually one place where you can actually disable this and switch it off. And this is actually in the Teams Admin Center. So if I just pop into the Teams Admin Center here, and in here if I flip on Teams, and here in Teams you have the Teams settings, and if you scroll right down, sure enough, you'll see the Organization tab. And there you go, Show Organization tab for users. So if you don't want that Organization tab showing up for security and privacy, there you go. Now you know how to turn it on and off, and more importantly, now you know how to customize it. So one of my favorite hidden little gems can be found here in Microsoft 365. And if I go into Teams and Groups and Active Teams and Groups, and basically just select any group here. So if I go into, let's say, the design group here, one of the things about the groups is that you should always make sure that you've got an owner. So an owner is responsibility for assigning permissions and rights and things like that. But the common question is, Andy, what if I forget that to put owners in? Well, how would you deal with that? Well, very simply actually, and this is a little gem. Simply come into settings, into organizational settings. If you scroll down and come to where it says Microsoft 365 groups, click in here and look at what we see down here, ownerless groups. So when there's no owner, email and ask active group members if they want to become an owner. So you can simply say, hey, let's click onto this, and you can specify the number of members in the group, all active members, and notify them for a certain amount of time. Click on next. I can add in a group or a sender, whoever it's going to be. And then finally, you get a look at that. You get a little preview of your message. How cool is that? Simply click on next, and that will then go out to all of your users. And hey presto, you've solved a problem. How cool. That's my number 5. So there you have it, my top 5 cool features for Microsoft 365 that will make such a difference to your careers and your skills. 5 tools that you definitely have to use. Hey, listen, really appreciate you joining me this week. Thanks so much. Any questions, comments, as always, get those down below. And if you've not subscribed, you know what to do. I'll see you next time. You have a great day. Cheers.